So, two cartoons just came back, both on Hulu, Gumball and King of the Hill. Since they were released like a week apart, I decided to talk about both of them in this video. However, just a heads up, I will have the most things to say about Gumball, since I watched every episode in that show's new season. King of the Hill, I am watching one episode per week since Hulu thought it was a good idea to mass drop every episode of both shows, and I am not waiting until I watch every new King of the Hill episode to make this video, since I am going back to uni very soon. Anyways, the original run of Gumball ended on a cliffhanger, and since then, fans have been begging for more. 6 years later, we finally got it. The Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball, complete with a new intro. The first episode starts off with Gumball and Darwin waking up from a long sleep, acknowledging how long it's been, but other than that, they don't acknowledge the issue of the void at all. This 20-episode drop is only the first half of the new season. I expect that they will resolve the issue once we get more episodes. Gumball is the same as it's always been, still making satire about current topics, still having crazy and wacky antics. It's like the show never left at all. If you're not a fan of the show's satire, you probably won't enjoy episodes like The Burger or The Assistant, which lean heavy into satire. The episodes in this season start off kinda weak, but later on, the season massively improves in quality. I would have to say my top 5 of the season are The Wrinkle, which has the wonderful Leap Before You Look song, The Entrance, which made me feel sorry for Tobias of all people, The Amadean, which is a parody of Midsommar, The Gourmet, which marks the return of anime Nicole and Yuki, and The Portrait, a hilarious episode of the whole Watterson family. I've seen some people saying that the animation this season is bad, and respectfully, how? Honestly, it's the best it's ever been. For instance, we have the VR world in The Assistant, the anime scenes in The Gourmet, this random hand-drawn scene in The Entrance, and the Leap Before You Look song in The Wrinkle. There's lots of well-drawn grotesque faces too. I am normally not a fan of gross out, but considering how bland and sanitized kids' cable cartoons are these days, I welcome this for a change. Gumball is probably the best looking kids' comedy cartoon right now, aside from SpongeBob. It's not just the writing that's important, the visuals have to sell the gag too. Overall, I enjoyed The Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball and highly recommend it. Next up, we have the new King of the Hill. In this season, there's a time skip, and everyone is much older, especially Bobby. Hank and Peggy return to Ireland after living in Saudi Arabia for several years, and discover that it's changed a lot. Right off the bat, we see a reference to Hank's narrow urethra, and we learn that just as Peggy can't speak Spanish, she can't speak Arabic either. Hank and Peggy discover what boba is, what hybrid vehicles are, and that bathrooms can be for all genders now. Plus, Boomhauer has a son who's addicted to a phone because of course. Dale is still being cucked by John Redcorn, and Dale himself once was the mayor of Ireland and of course was an anti-masker. Bill has become a hikikomori ever since COVID. There's this random new guy named Brian Robertson voiced by Keith David. And Bobby has been really successful, being in charge of his own restaurant. Ghibli food looks so good, you guys. Like with Gumball, this first episode proves that it's still gotten. The writing is pretty much still the same, just with modern references. My favorite parts are the scenes where the characters just, talk things out. Like when Hank and Peggy are in bed and talk about how much things have changed in Ireland, and we even get a flashback to their time in Saudi Arabia. Or the scene with the Girl Scouts, where Hank finds out that the name of his favorite cookies has been updated to be less racially insensitive, and he accepts this, because, it's nice to be nice. I will say this though, the animation is just not good. Like, I know no one watches King of the Hill for peak animation, but even in a show like that, the animation was important and had detail put into it. It even had some moments that could qualify as sakuga. Because it's rigged now, the animation looks so stiff and lifeless. And that's just me though. Overall, I enjoyed the first episode and I look forward to watching more. Thank you for watching. And also, I just wanted to point out that recently I have set up a membership program. It's only about $1 a month, and if you join, you will get early access to new videos, shout out at the end of my videos. I will reply to your comments first before everyone else's, and you will get a badge. So please consider joining, because, college isn't cheap.